we knew he was going to opt
Yeah,
in
we knew he
because
was going to opt in.
turning down $25 million to play coming off of an injury like he's had. Definitely don't blame him for securing the bag. I think anybody in their right mind would have opted in and let the Bulls figure out what they're going to do with your contract, whether that's stretch and waive you and set you free, or move you to a team as an expiring contract for another high salary type player. So we'll see what the Bulls decide to do here in the offseason. For me personally, I'm actually kind of excited for Zoe's returns. It's one of the few things leading into next year that you have to look forward to as a Bulls fan, just because without lottery luck, you're probably not getting a high-end draft asset. All things considered, this draft is so in terms of that elite talent that just makes you jump to tank for, which may be factored into the Bulls' decision to not make any moves, but I'm not going to let them off the hook that easy. So no, I mean the Lonzo situation is definitely interesting. Nothing surprising there, but
What do you
what do
think
the
about the
Bulls do?
bullshit with Paul George and them trying to repackage and get a Paul George signing for the Bulls? Did you see any of those fun little speculation articles out of like the local coverage of the Bulls, the local blogs of them?
Yes, I have seen the Paul George rumors, and as fun as that sounds, and as much as I'd love to have a 3-and-D wing for the first time since Dang or Butler, um, the Clippers just lost in the playoffs again.
Well, I've told you this. I've told you this from day one of us even doing the show. I think Paul George is vastly overrated. I have thought that for a long time about Paul George. I think he's a very good two-way player, Goose. I'm not saying he's not good. That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying vastly overrated. Where people he is in the hall of good. Of like I can be a perennial all-star. I can be maybe a guy, but I can't be the guy. But he's very viewed and paid like the guy. I don't want. I don't know. He's just not a
At
needle
this
mover
stage
for
of
me.
his career, no. Like we need to get off of this trend of getting players on their last leg. We did it with Wade. We did it with Rondo. Go back before that. We seem to only get the aging veterans who are done.
Well,
That's
it's a
not who
Jerry
you want.
special. You pay him on the way out, like Ken Griffey Jr.
Yeah, no, we need to stop being the bag that players on their way out of the league come and collect. And Jerry loves to sell tickets, and obviously names sell tickets, and those aging names are the guys that fans resonate with and recognize. But as you're seeing in this playoffs, that's not where the league is going. It's not where the league is headed. It's not where it's at right now. The three biggest names in basketball, in LeBron, KD, and Steph, are all at home sitting down and have been for a short while here. KD put together his second or third or fourth, whatever fucking super team he's on, and they failed. Most people not surprised by that. Beal and Booker, two similar players. You've got three
Another
guys
guy
opposite.
who's just completely valued as something that he's not. Bradley Beal. I mean, he's good again. Good player. Can play both ends of the floor, but just
And in that situation, obviously, the Suns, they took the gamble. Bradley Beal was heavily discounted because he had his no trade. He was able to push himself where he wanted to go on that excessive contract,
right.
and they tried to make it work. They were able to buy low on a sense on a guy of Bradley Beal's caliber, although, as proven here, Beal appears to be in that Zach LaVine tier of great by himself when you can give him 30 shots a night, but
It's a good
outside of
segue
that,
into LaVine.
he's just not a winning player.
Did you see that? That was the another report that has come out. I find these reports funny now because I feel like they're common sense. But another report comes out of the main focus of the Chicago Bulls offseason is going to be trying to move on from Zach LaVine. We knew that. Again, we did not capitalize what we should have, and I guarantee that guy's going to be here till the All-Star break.
The Zach conundrum is so weird because at this point you're getting nothing.
Yeah,
Like you're
no.
trying to give him away so bad that there is absolutely no value there. There's nothing to have in return. If anything, at this point, you might have to take negative salaries with like long-term durations just to not have to give up additional assets to move him. Um, I mean, I guess in a sense that Clippers deal for Paul George makes some sense. Like,
That'd be like some weird sign and trade thing because then you had the other rumor with the Lakers again and D'Lo and doing a sign and trade there because he's got a player. D'Lo's got a player option, I believe, and it's reported that he's going to decline out of that. So,
well, it was also reported in the middle of the season that D'Lo intentionally performed poorly against the Chicago Bulls, so he wouldn't be included in a trade to the Chicago Bulls
oh, I
because he
forgot
didn't
about that.
want the
Yeah,
Bulls front office to see him as an asset. So, who knows? Maybe like Zach LaVine opting for season-ending surgery
to not go to Detroit.
to not go to Detroit. You'll have D'Lo speaking with his agent on how he should just pick up his player option so he doesn't have to go to Chicago.